Hi, my name is Marcus Davis, and I am a social work intern with the Department of Juvenile Justice, Delinquency and Prevention.
Grace Tharrington, North Carolina National Guard Public Affairs Office.
I'm Jessie Lang, and I work in the Human Resources Department as their training and development intern.
My name's Elizabeth Rivera, and my department is
the social work team for
Division of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. And I'm also working within the research and data section.
Hi, I'm Ella Butcher. I'm an intern with the North Carolina Department of Public Safety with the Victim Compensation Services.
I've always wanted to kind of help people, like hands-on, so I figured that I would, do the social work with juveniles, and it'll help me on my way to becoming a therapist later on.
Well, I've always been interested in working in the government in some capacity, and so when I found the opportunity to work for the National Guard, I was obviously pretty intrigued. I applied, and then after I received an interview, I looked more into the organization as a whole, and I found myself more intrigued, and it's been great.
So I was searching for a summer internship that would allow me to use a lot of my communication skills, my writing skills, and this just looked like a really great internship, giving me experience creating training materials and creating different infographics and writing, while also allowing me to still apply for full-time jobs for the fall.
So in school, I learned a lot about why crimes take place and the theoretical understanding behind how crimes occur, but the idea of how crimes affect victims were not equally as explored. And I feel like victims are not given the proper resources they need in order to heal. And working with the Victim Compensation Services allows me to help them financially if they're eligible for a program.
I usually travel with another social work supervisor, and we will travel to different facilities different YDC facilities that the kids are in. Talk to the kids, counsel them. We have SPM meetings, SSRB meetings, preliminary service plan meetings. I've been in post-release meetings, and I've been in meetings to open up new facilities and help open up a new facility in Rockingham.
So I get to work around 9 a.m., traffic pending, and usually in the morning I start off by data mining, so I look up any news articles that could be about the National Guard that morning, and then sometimes I will go through all of our social media accounts with any relation to the National Guard and make sure that they're all maintaining operational security, making sure everything's, no typos, stuff like that. And then I work closely with our administrative assistant, social media manager, as well as another intern here in the office they'll assign us duties. So today we're working on a website design, but I've done other things like working on social media posts and other similar tasks.
Working with our different educational trainings to help develop presentation materials for them, and also creating infographics and graphics just in general, promoting different trainings. And another big project that I've been working on is developing my own educational training, and that's kind of a whole summer project. So I've had some shorter term ones, but that's what I'm working towards the end of the internship.
most rewarding has probably been going to Rockingham YDC. I was there on the first day that this new facility opened and got to see the new juveniles really get in and kind of express how interested or like shocked they were at how big the facility was.
I actually got to speak on the announcements, like the intercom of our building, to announce a birthday celebration we were having for the Army, and that was really exciting. And after I was done, everyone was like so excited that I got to do that, and I know that was fun.
Talking to the kids, they just want attention, and so it's nice to interact with them and kind of like help guide them on their path, stuff like that. Honestly, I feel like it makes a difference because I'm close to their age. Like, some of them in there are like 19 years old, like I am. So for them to see another 19-year-old in the spot where he's working with the state, working as a social worker, and have this different path in him. I kind of hope that it like inspires him to do better and like be better.
Well, I think I bring a pretty unique perspective. Most of the people here in this building are, uniformed officers, and they're not necessarily as tapped in with like the college market because most of them are all post-grad. So I think being a civilian and being, in my age range, I bring a unique perspective, just being a different voice in the room.
Right now, I'm working on a presentation for organizing student survey information, so seeing how we can improve the juvenile experience at the YDCs. And I'm also looking into research as to how juveniles experience the YDCs and how it might affect their long-term goals. So I think that that's really impactful for just really making sure that they are at the center of this.
Just getting in to learn about the educational side of human resources and how that really, those programs are there to help employees succeed in their current role and also in any future jobs that they have.
The most important lesson I've learned through my internship is to always advocate for the victim and hear them out and really explore all options of the case and figure out how you can help them in the best way you can.
So far, it's been that like communication is key. I know that everyone says that, but I think it's super important to be like communicating with people in the office and just making sure we're all on task. I'm doing what I need to be doing, and if I have any questions, to ask them and make sure I can then correctly do my job.
My main goal is to become a therapist, but I also, since I'm getting my master's in social work, not only does it help me see more clients in terms of their insurance companies, but I can also do social work with, juveniles if I want to again. So I feel like I could do kind of like both career fields since they're somewhat similar as well, especially if I become a therapist for juveniles because every kid in the YDC already has a therapist.
Really opened up my perspective to how my skill sets could be used in public relations, human resources, communications, and lots of different roles. So just giving me a lot more variety of things I can apply to.
It's definitely helped me narrow down like what I want to do, especially in terms of like I've discovered that I really enjoy working with policy, with juvenile justice, and it's given me the opportunity. So I hope to continue with that.
I say take it. Find something that kind of speaks to you or connects with you more, or even if you don't, find something that you may interest you because it might really interest you and cause you to gain, I guess, more interest and even not just knowledge on a professional setting more than anything that we've been experienced to so far in life.
Have an open mind, and then also I think that regardless of any hesitations that you might have, at least from my experience and the experience from other interns that I've heard, is that we really do get matched well with our supervisors, and our supervisors will, as long as we're open with them, it's, you're making the most of your internship experience. So if you come in with a negative attitude, you're gonna have a negative experience. If you come in with an open mind, you're gonna have a pretty positive.
To be prepared to not know a single thing. I know that can be daunting to like come into a job and like be completely unaware of what you're gonna do. But honestly, like being eager to learn and not know what you're doing is a better alternative, a better option than, knowing everything and being very rigid in your ideas. So, be okay and expect to like not know what you're doing and know that like they're going to teach you what you're supposed to be doing, because it'd be crazy if you just like knew the job at your first day.